Calumet experience.
Remembering our baptism.
Discernment.
Understanding what we believe.
Discipleship.
Homiletics.
Scripture-based.
Grace.
Stewardship.
Pastoral care.
Honoring our Christian vocation.
Spiritual.
Hope.
Celebrating the Word.
Community.
Scripture.
Spirit-led.
Relevant.
Retreat renewal.
Eucharist.
Theology.
Evangelize.
Discernment of Scripture.
Living the Word.
Love.
Doctrine.
Leadership.
Empower.
Called.
Christian fellowship.
It has truly been my joy to work with the School of Lay Ministries since its inception in 2007. The school embodies our Lutheran belief in the ministry of all the baptized by providing a 2-year program of instruction for laypersons in the Bible, Lutheran history and theology, and practical training in ministries such as preaching, worship leadership, and pastoral care. There are 2 required weekend retreats each year, one in the fall and another in the spring. In addition, small groups of students from your area meet, usually weekly, to view a course on DVD taught by a professor from one of our Lutheran seminaries. Discussion questions are explored, and the local pastor often is available as a further resource. Textbooks on each topic are read to prepare for the class and to provide further in-depth learning. You might be happy to know that there are no exams and no grading of papers. This is for your enrichment, and students work to the best of their ability. At the conclusion of the second year, students who have completed the program are awarded a certificate of achievement at our annual Synod Assembly. You might be wondering, who is eligible? Well, any adult 18 and older who is interested in learning more about their faith is welcome to enroll. There is no previous educational background expected. As you'll soon hear from some of our graduates, many students speak of how this program has broadened their faith and changed their life. For some, it's a part of a discernment process for possible service in the rostered ministries of our church. But for most, it's a way to prepare themselves for greater involvement in the ministry of their own congregation and local community. So now, listen to the witnesses of those who have been part of this learning community and hear why this might be just what God is calling you to consider as you seek to live ever more deeply into your baptismal vocation.
As a lifelong Lutheran, I had a wake-up call early in my first year at the School of Lay Ministry. I really didn't know as much about my Lutheran heritage as I thought I did. My pet phrase became, "How come I didn't know this before?" Through the School of Lay Ministry, I have broadened my knowledge and, more importantly, deepened my faith. I found that not every question has an answer, nor should there be. The School of Lay Ministry has given me the confidence to lead and the confidence to trust the path that God has put before me.
I became a Lutheran in my 30s, and I just always felt like I had graduated without taking any classes. I joined the School of Lay Ministry and learned the theology of Lutheranism and an in-depth study of the Old and New Testament. And now, after graduating from the School of Lay Ministry, I feel I have the education behind my Lutheran faith.
The School of Lay Ministry has definitely changed my life in many ways. Our pastor recently has asked us to write a sermon, and I would have never been able to even fathom doing something like that or have had the understanding of what I'm reading. I definitely understand the Bible better, and it's definitely preparing me to help my church in many ways.
This has been my first year, and everything I've done in my life, the spirituality, the friends I've made, and just learning about the Old and New Testament, to me this is the best thing I've ever done in my life.
When you do all of this reading, you understand so much more about what Scripture has to really say to you, so that when you listen to Scripture being read to you, it's almost like the first time you've heard it, because you have so much more understanding.
Got to meet a lot of people, my neighbors, my brothers and sisters from all over the Synod, and explored theology and faith, dug deeper into the Bible, and really grew to love one another over those 2 years.
I had a lot of Bible study in a lot of different ways over a lot of years, but going to the school was much more in depth and created a great foundational basis. It was an overarching kind of education because you covered so much in a lot of detail.
The School of Lay Ministry in the New England Synod is an experience in growth and learning. If you're looking to be challenged, if you're looking to discover something new about yourself and about the rich faith that we have in the Lutheran Church here in New England, the School of Lay Ministry is for you. Over the course of a couple of years, you'll not only learn a lot, you'll make new friends, you'll develop relationships, and at the conclusion, you'll be able to articulate your faith in ways that surprise you and maybe even your friends and family members. It'll prepare you for different kinds of ministry in your congregation, but mostly you'll be enriched in your baptismal calling as a Christian, as a child of God. So take a chance. Check out the School of Lay Ministry in the New England Synod.